AVC, Plastic Eric here, Plastic Soundwave Cult, here for an eclipsing episode of Collection Connection, the game that's just an excuse to talk about music. It's a game I play with my brother Bryce over in good show Ponsonby. Today I'm going to show an album from my collection. He's going to find a connection to that, show an album from his collection on Thursday, and then on Monday I'll show an album from my collection that connects to his album. And we've been doing this chain for a while now, and you guys get to figure out what is the connection. So the last person to get the correct answer was Nonsuch Ned. The correct answer was, I can't remember. That's right. It was the fact that the CD version had to have a song taken off to make it just a single CD. And so that was the connection that was between The Cure's Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me and David Bowie's Change One Bowie. So the actual vinyl record was longer with more songs, but to keep it to a single disc, they took songs off of each of those albums to make it a single disc. Interesting thing about the Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, is I actually recorded that CD onto my Audacity, and I happen to have the CD single for Hot Hot Hot, which the other side is Hey You, and so I was able to record Hey You from the tape and then add it into the whole album, and that was a fun little thing to do. So I have the complete album when I listen to it on the phone now. I think now they've corrected that and the CD does have Hey You on it now, but it had to do with the limitations of it at the time. So what did I connect to The Cure's Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me? Well, we're going to find that out here in just a second. Okay, so the album that I connected to the Bryce's album was Iggy Pop, Blah Blah Blah. Might be an easy connection for some, a harder connection for others. Depends on whether you speak English or not, I don't know. But decent album by him. I have Lust for Life, which I like a little bit more than this. This is a interesting version of this album because the pressing I got from I did a video a while ago about a couple that I had met on a cruise, and the wife of the couple had a mom who had recently passed away, had a bunch of records, and she sent me a bunch of those records. And one thing that's neat about this one is it's a Yugoslavian pressing, so it's a pressing from a country that doesn't exist anymore. So that makes it kind of cool for me with this particular one. It's interesting because the hype sticker is like permanently printed into the actual album cover. And so, I can't even take that off if I wanted to. And then, the interesting thing about this album too was that it's again Iggy Pop working with David Bowie. It seems like some of the songs that were used on here were songs that Bowie had written for other albums but didn't use them on those. So he put them on here. I read a little bit that Iggy Pop kind of disavowed this album for a while. I don't know if he's made peace with it since then, but he said basically it was a David Bowie album in name and title. And so I don't know if he's ever, again, made his peace with this album, but I find it to be quite enjoyable. The hit song on here, obviously, Wild Child, Real Wild Child, which I realized was a cover of a song called Wild One that was done by Johnny O'Keefe from Australia. Johnny O'Keefe is basically known for introducing rock and roll to Australia, and he was known as the Wild One. And so I don't know if they just picked that song out for this song because they liked it, or if they knew the kind of the history behind it or not. But he calls it Real Wild Child on here. Of course, think the other song on here, Cry for Love, is I think the other single off of this album. You know, the backside here, you got your list of songs, which I'm going to show here anyways. And then you've got, let me look at, we'll do a little label torn here. I'm sure it looks very similar. A&M, they're kind of their different label that they had. You can see some of the markings on there are going to be a little bit different, you know, due to the fact that Europe has different copyright laws and all that kind of stuff. But overall, not a bad album. I think it was his best-selling album since The Idiot. And I know that the album that he did after this one didn't do so hot. A&M was ready for another album after this one, since it sold relatively well for them, you know, across the globe. So they really did try to get this where it was, you know, try to get him in this. Ooh, I need to move my hand on that one. And so, yeah. The album he did after this, I think, was much more heavy. And the song I always liked from him, actually, is the one he does with Kate Fearston, Candy. So, yeah. If you get a chance, pick up this album. Not bad. Not his best, but not bad. And with that, I'm hoping that you can figure out